like support for like Trump, but like
Correct.
Okay, so like I mean I was just thinking like when you were talking about like all those cases he was in, I don't see him as looking like a very moral guy. As a Christian, I don't know if I should back him. So what's your feelings?
So when you vote, I'm curious. This is not a sarcasm. Gotcha. Do you vote for people or for policies?
What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nana. Today we are back again with another video from Charlotte. Today college student debates whose country was better. Is it Trump or Biden's? Oh my goodness, this is going to be interesting. So guys, without further ado, let's get started.
Right, disagreements given priority, but yes, anyone, yes,
Yeah,
yes, sir, yeah.
So
Yeah, a war contractor.
yeah, I know. I don't agree with them. But okay,
I won't give you a hard time.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks for coming to Salt Lake, Charlie. I'm a Christian, and so I kind of find it weird. Like I don't know. Because you kind of express support for like. Hey,
Guys, let him talk, please. Yeah.
you like express like support for like Trump. But like,
Correct.
Okay, so like, I mean, I was just thinking like when you were talking about like all those cases he was in, I don't see him as looking like a very moral guy. As a Christian, I don't know if I should back him. So what's your feelings?
So when you vote, I'm curious. This is not a sarcasm. Gotcha. Do you vote for people or for policies?
I like to consider both.
Okay, that's fair enough. Which one would matter more?
I think policies matter more.
Okay, so then that's the answer to my question.
No, but I don't think I think their policies are pretty similar when you break it down. Like I think their border, like you talk about people coming across the border, but like it looks like their actual policies on how they're handling the border and how they're sending out like enforcement is very similar to Trump and Biden.
That's not true.
And I think they're both just trying to keep up the economy of Obama. Like Trump didn't really do anything new for the economy, and Biden's just trying to bring it back to where it was. So I don't think they're.
Okay,
Yeah.
So on the border, do you know about remain in Mexico? Do you know about any of those or?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we have that policy now. Now we don't. Yeah.
Yes, the numbers, the border crossings were down to record lows.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're to 10 to 15,000 a day. So you can't possibly say they're the same.
Sure.
So Tom Homan, who was Barack Obama's border chief, 30 years in the position, said Donald Trump was the best on the border of any president he ever served under. Right. So you can't compare those two. On the economy, everyone would here agree the economy was better under Donald Trump than Joe Biden. Everyone would agree. They would say that higher wages, prices were more affordable, the economy was more stable, period. On wars, how many new wars started under Donald Trump?
None.
How many under Joe Biden?
I forget.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard to even count. I mean, you have Gaza, Israel, Iran, you have Ukraine, Russia, you have Yemen against Saudi Arabia. Under Donald Trump, no new wars, period, globally, across the planet. It's never happened before in 30, 40 years, so you can't equate the two. So as a Christian, blessed are the peacemakers. Trump is a peacemaker, right?
Did he make any peace?
Oh, yeah. You know the Israel peace deal that he signed between the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Israel? Do you remember that? He signed the Abraham Accords, which was the greatest peace deal of Israel in the modern lifetime. Donald Trump prevented Vladimir Putin from invading Ukraine.
How so?
Well, he didn't invade Ukraine. But
sure.
The way he did that is he met with them in Helsinki under great opposition and condemnation and said, I want diplomacy, not war with Russia. And it was the right move for the Western world, period. And Vladimir Putin did not move an inch into Ukraine. You know where he did move an inch into Ukraine? Under Obama, he annexed Crimea. Under Joe Biden, he invaded Ukraine. Not under Trump. He wouldn't dare. You know why? He also feared Trump. Because Trump sat next to Putin. And he said before, he said, oh, the photographers are here to take a picture. Oh, by the way, those are really nice gold things you have on the Kremlin. It'd be a shame if someone melted them. Let's pose for a picture. True story. Vladimir Putin tells it. Donald Trump threatened bombing the Kremlin if Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine. He was so crazy that Putin basically believed him. But the point is in the reality, right? The reality is we had less people invading our country. There were less wars abroad. The economy was better. The country was more stable. It's as factual as one can get.
But why I'm not convinced that like any of the economy stuff had much to do with like the presidential like policy differences. It really looks more like if you look at like corporate profits going up, it looks like just corporate greed like going out of control after COVID.
So the blue collar workers, we saw a blue collar boom under Donald Trump. Working class people saw the greatest rise to their wages in 20 years under Donald Trump. electricians, welders, plumbers. You can fact check me on it. Just Google
Okay.
blue collar boom, Donald Trump. But on one issue that everyone should vote for.
What did he do to do that? Like, how did Trump make that
Well,
happen?
he did a tax cut for working men and women. He deregulated the economy, and he restricted the labor supply by bringing in less foreign labor, which therefore raises wages for working men and women in this country.
Okay, but so like you talked about foreign labor as well. So
Correct.
so like wouldn't it be a better solution to to just like legalize like the labor of like even like illegal immigrants and just make sure like they have to get paid as much so that they can't be exploited?
No.
Why is that?
Well, send them back to their country of origin if they're here illegally.
But what if they're like a refugee?
Well, did they claim asylum correctly? What are they a refugee from?
Um,
a poor country or actual war?
Well, I mean, like there's
a refugee. The asylum is being abused like you wouldn't. People are saying, "Oh, I'm claiming asylum from Mexico. Why? Because of cartel violence." Like, okay, can I claim asylum from Chicago because of gang violence? I mean, we're equally as dangerous of a country as Mexico now, in our inner cities. So we're not exactly one to like give people asylum.
I'm not convinced that that's true.
In downtown Chicago, downtown Baltimore.
Okay, well, you can just move out of Baltimore. You can just go to a different part of the country.
I agree, but you would get shouted down by a lot of inner city blacks that say that, they don't have the capital or the resources to leave Baltimore or Chicago, right? And that's where they live. Telling people to leave their home is like a really cruel thing to say, I think.
Yeah,
honestly.
that
But
yeah.
secondly, yes, I think that even if you gain the refugee status, you should go home. Yes. But
Wait,
what are they claiming refugee asylum from?
I don't know. I just remember like I'm not super familiar. I just remember like a few years ago, like Honduras was pretty bad, and so people were coming up here, and then they were like getting rejected at the border.
Yeah, I mean, go back to your country and fix it. We have huge problems in this country.
But it's like international law to accept like asylum seekers.
Okay, you don't have to follow international law. We have American law. If international law tells you have to bring in 1 million foreigners, we don't have to follow international law.
Okay.
American law supersedes international law.
But what are we losing by bringing more people in?
Well, first of all, wages go down, our social services get overflowed, crime goes up, and you lose you lose a common American identity, and that's not a racial thing. When you bring in millions of people that don't share the same American story and they all speak different languages, you're a nation of strangers. You need time for assimilation, and we don't have that. More people speak Spanish than English in the state of California.
So do you think we should just I think we should have more people learn Spanish because being bilingual is good mentally. I'm pretty sure there's not much evidence that like crime actually goes up and social services are being used a lot by like illegal immigrants.
Have you seen what's going on in New York? They're literally overrunning schools because they don't have the social services to fit all the illegals that are coming into the country. They're overrunning school districts, overrunning hospitals. I'm happy to. You should go down to the border and see it for yourself. It is a mass invasion of 10,000 people a day. And so, but here's the question is, what should our immigration policy be? Number one, a government exists to represent its citizens. It does not exist to solve the problems of foreigners. That's nice once you solve your own problems. And so you must put your own people first. And right now, our people are being spit on, ignored, and not prioritized, especially young people in this country. It is harder than ever for you guys to own homes, harder than ever for you to get well-paying jobs, harder than ever for you guys to build a family. And we have to be lectured that we have to go bring in all the problems in the third world? No, we should close the doors and say, you're welcome into this country if and when we solve our problems here domestically.
Okay, what policy do you support to make it easier for young people to buy homes?
Get rid of BlackRock purchasing a bunch of homes and renting them back to us.
Okay, so like seize their assets?
Not seize their assets. Make it illegal that asset managers over $500 billion can't buy single-family homes.
Okay, I really agree with that. That's great.
Thank you. Yeah. It's
okay.
a super simple policy fix. If you have assets under management over $500 billion or $100 billion, you should not be in the single-family home business, period.
Okay.
And that's artificially boosting housing prices across the country. I believe homeownership is a moral good for all humans.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Wow. Okay. So first of all, let me ask this: as a Christian, if you're a Christian, so as a Christian, will you vote for Trump, Donald Trump, to come back as Trump 2.0? Anyway, the question is, as Charlie quotes, so do I. I'm also quoting. Do you vote for people or you vote for policy? That's the question. Do you vote for policy or you vote for people? You vote for the people, the person, or you vote for people? Personally, not let's not go to you. We will come to the natural. But personally, I would say I vote for both. I look at both to decide. But firstly, I'll think of the personality first. Because the personality makes the policy. The personality. Because if you see someone that doesn't have like the good sense of humor, the good morals, how can the morals decide the policy? Morals decide the policy. The morals decide what the person stands for, the person's value, what the person stands for. Because you can have all these principles or all these policy lineup, but if you don't have a good morals, good values, good mission in life, or good perspective for something, I don't think you can achieve all those principles or all those values you set to, all those policies you've set out to do. If you set all these policies and you don't have good sense of initiative, sense of humor, you don't have this morals, those principles, those guidelines, how can you achieve all these policies? So that would be lies. And let's talk about the policy. Policies are good, as a president or as aspirant, you need to have good policies, because that's what the country needs, that's what the citizen needs. What you have for us, what are your goal to do, the list of things. So for me, I would say personally, I look at both to, because if the person was a minister and now he's an aspirant, and the person, when he was a minister, the person was rude, the person don't have a good sense of initiative, like the values was not there, like how the person speaks, like how can the person and this same person is aspiring for president, has good policies, has laid out a whole lot of policy that suits the mind. How sure are you that this person that was a minister this person was rude, the person was that, the person was that? How sure are you that the person can reach all these targets, or will be able to fulfill all these policies? So personally, I look at both before I decide who I vote for. So let's come down to our guy here, So this guy was referring to Trump. Said Trump do not have good morals. As a Christian, he don't see himself supporting a man that do not have good morals. His morals do not align with him, and I agree with him. Everyone and what he believes. So if you are voting for someone, you need to vote for someone that his morals align to you. That's what he shows. And Charlie asked him, so do you vote for policies or you vote for the person? And he said he votes for policies. And if you see, obviously Trump has become a president before. He was once a president and he left, and now he is coming back. He wants to come back. And when he was the president, the policies that he laid was a good to go one, with no war policies. And yes, if you look at it, it was so, and he did it. The peacekeeping between Israel and other stuff, like he put policies in place, and yes, he did it. When Trump was on power, his immigration was so tight, his border security was so super tight, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it's one of the policies that people didn't like, but I think it was a good one, as a president. For his, maybe people like us would not agree to the fact that it was a good one, That's basically why people hated him so much. He was so concerned about his border security. People were actually not coming. He was deporting people like to and fro, like back and front, like deporting people, limiting people from entering America, like it was so tough, it was so strong, like, and for him, he says he do it. He's that guy that has this crazy sense of humor, and I love it. But then let's talk about this immigration. I can't believe I'm saying this. Someone actually said something as a black, why supporting Trump? And it's crazy. But I think the person has a point. As a black guy, as a black lady, why are you supporting Trump? But I think, fine, we support people for your selfish needs. Like, what's the person actually want to do for you? That's what sometimes we look it up, and if that the policy doesn't favor us, we tend ourselves not to support again. But if we are trying to be realistic here, not being selfish here, I think the policy was actually good. Securing border is for the betterment of his country, because opening your border for people coming in to and fro diminish your culture, diminish your principle, diminish your country. It declines your country, because you open your border for everyone to come inside. Now your culture is gone, because people comes to your country, they do not even respect your culture. They share different values, different languages, and you open your country, and your country is full of people that do not share the same culture with you, do not share the same value with you. If you go to some aspects of country, people cannot even speak English. People can barely speak English, but yes, they're in their country. It's good for a country to receive people for asylum, but like, you cannot just let people inside the country just because asylum, and the person does not even share common goals, common values. It's not right. I know it's gonna be selfish to people, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think it was a good policy. He was protecting his country. He was protecting the president of his country, and it's not a sin. It's not selfish to protect your country, because assuming every president protects their country like the way Donald Trump did, I think every country would have been better now. He speaks his mind. He's not scared to say the truth. I mean, he has good sense of humor, like just crazy sense of humor that people actually hate. But that's who he is. I think if every president, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if every president was as tough and self-centered like the way Donald Trump was, I think every country would have been better now. Like, would have been better. And I think, Donald Trump 2.0. I think Donald Trump for president. Not that I'm supporting Donald Trump, but I think Donald Trump was president, And I know people will come from you. People actually be like, you are black, why are you supporting Donald Trump? Why would I support him? He has good policies. Charlie Kirk says we vote for policies, not the person. So if you have a good policies, we're gonna support you, we're gonna vote for you. So guys, let me know what you think about this video. Do you also vote for policies, or you vote for people? Let me know. And you, as a Christian, are you voting for Donald Trump? As a black man, as a black lady, are you voting for Donald Trump? And as an immigrant, are you also voting for him? Let me know in the comment section, and let's have fun there. Guys, if you're also new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to click on the subscription button for more notification. Thanks for watching.